he's trying to outsmart him, and he's been caught out, and he'll learn that he can't just deliberately break his thing to get access to this better thing. Hello folks, and welcome to today's vlog. Yes, we are just leaving the gym. However, we're not just leaving any gym session. Anna, what have you just been up to for the last 2 hours?
Rubbing.
Yeah, Anna's had her rub. Those of you who watched yesterday's vlog will know at the end of yesterday's vlog, I was a little bit worried that we might not get Anna to her spa day session that I originally got her for her birthday in May last year, just because of everything that went on with Andy yesterday. And in fact, there were a couple of moments of panic this morning, because he did say that he didn't want to go to school, didn't he? But in the end he did go on the school bus without any trouble at all, so we did manage to make it here in time. Anna's giggling because I just fell off the curb. You'll have to wait until the end of the video to see that, an outtake. Yeah, I just fell over nearly. But you've done your spa day. We got here at what, 9 o'clock, just after 9 o'clock this morning.
Dead on 9.
I did my normal workout and then
I didn't.
and then sat in the Starbucks in there editing the vlog and doing a few bits and pieces. Anna, however, would you like to tell everyone exactly what you've had done this morning?
I had my back done, my legs, back of my legs done, my face done, my hair done, and my head done. I don't know.
She came out of there very relaxed, almost in tears.
Yes. Every mum should have a spa day, or just a back massages. I forgot I had Andy. I forgot about I had him.
That sounds awful.
I swear, yeah, but it's not in a bad way. Just like I forgot everything because I'm so relaxed.
And then she came out and had a cooked breakfast as well to finish it off.
So hungry.
We've been in there like 2 hours this morning. It's the longest we've ever been in that building. But it was a splendid time was had by all.
Yeah,
Highly recommend spa days.
I have very tense shoulder blades and my left leg is more active than my right leg.
Which one's your bad foot?
My bad foot is on my left, but my bad knee is on my right.
Just a broken thing, aren't you?
Oh, but the shoulder blades, they were painful, but afterwards I was like, oh my god, that's so nice.
So despite being in there for ages, because I was able to get some editing done while I was in there, I'm not too far behind on the day. It's about 11 o'clock. We've just got a couple of errands to run on the way home. Then I can get home, get on with videos. It is Wednesday, which means it's Andy's after school club day, which again this morning he said he didn't want to go to that either. He doesn't have much choice. Yeah, we think it's the iPad at school, don't we? He said as he left this morning that he wanted school to get a new iPad. So that's a slight development from the last however many days of saying he didn't want to use an iPad there at all, wanted to use the computer. He now does want to use an iPad there again, just not the one he's fallen out with. So we're going to get in touch with school and find out what's actually gone on with that iPad, because I think the issues he's having with the school iPad are going a long way towards causing the current levels of anxiety about school. But we'll worry about that later in the day. For now, I need to get in the car because it's so windy. I don't even know if you've been able to hear any of what I've just said. And we're home, and
please watch me.
It's PO Box day, which means once again Anna needs to sit far behind me so she looks even smaller compared to me than she normally does, and I'll sit on the edge of the chair,
it's
being
really,
full size.
Legs out. I'm small.
We have a parcel. It is a bus. Presumably this is for you, because I know you like buses.
Yeah, I love a bus.
This is from Gavin Twaddle. Hi Andy, really hope you like this bus. You're a great wee fella and you have a fantastic family. Love seeing you each day at 5. All the best, Gavin T. Arbroath. Thank you very much, Gavin. That's very kind of you.
We'll show him later on today.
We will, yeah, when he gets home. We also have a big envelope.
Where's it from?
It's from Texas, which I believe is in the United States of America.
It is.
What a way to seal an envelope as well. Is that how envelopes are sealed in America? It's like sealed with metal.
You have to just bend them up and then you can take...
Ah, that makes sense. I was just going to tear through the metal and hope I didn't cut myself.
Yeah.
It's a tight squeeze, whatever it... Oh, okay. What have we got here? Do we have a letter? No letter. Randy Bamboo, Volume 1, which is a comic. Thank you. Whoever's... Oh no, we have a note inside. There we go. Oh. Chapman Family, we enjoy your videos. Keep up the great work. From RC Beard, presumably the guy who wrote it, whose name is on the front there.
Ooh.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. We will have a little read through. Well, I say we. I'm going to read Randy Bamboo.
I'll have a look.
It's quite apart from anything else. First page I opened it to, there's an ostrich, and I am a big fan of things with long necks, so I will be
What
all...
is that?
It's like long necks.
Why?
I think they're majestic. And lastly, we have a big box. I never know how to cut into this stuff. It's sealed like our Christmas decoration box with many layers of tape on it. I add new tape to our Christmas tree box every year. I've had the tree about 20 years and I've never taken any tape off yet. Right, oh, we have a wide selection of things in here. I always like a box of goodies. So I'm looking for a letter first, a plethora, yes.
What I meant.
To the Chapman family, thought I'd send you all gifts, including something to go alongside the play button very soon. Very soon. Oh, it's from Shaz. Thank you, Shaz. It's because I knew Shaz was saying something, so in my head I'd already said who it was from, but it does say at the bottom of the letter it's from Shaz. Thank you very much, Shaz. We have... Looks giraffe. It does. A blanket. I think it's for Douglas, for Dave the dog. He does very much like these.
He does like a blanket.
So a blanket for Dave. God, they look just like us, these people.
Wow. I think that is us.
Are they like some doppelgangers that you found in the street? That's very impressive.
Same room and everything.
Shaz, were you in the room with us when this photo was taken? Because my dad took a picture just like this one. I'm a little bit afraid you were behind the sofa with a camera. We have... I guess something for Dave again. It is a dog toy, pack of 7. Oh, it's just loads of little. He loves rope toys. So this is. I don't need to get them out and show you. You can see what they are. I can't get into them. Oh wow, there's some mugs in the bottom here. But let's get to this first. Oh wow! It's a canvas of the same picture. That's so cool.
You can put it up.
Yeah, we can put it up there. As our new avatar. I'm not replacing the old avatar though, because I like the old one, me with my glasses, looking very handsome. That is very cool. Thank you, Shaz. That's awesome. There you go. A fidget cube, a rainbow fidget cube for Andy, which is awesome. And then for each of the 4 of us, mugs with our names on. Oh Lord. Mugs are brilliant.
Wow.
The fact that they're Max Spielman as well suggests there might be a photograph on them too, so I'm opening them up to see what the other side might be. My suspicion is correct. It's the photo again, so we've all got our own personalised Chapman family mugs. They are awesome. And there's one of these for each of us, so there's yours.
Thank you.
And there's ones for Lucy and Amy as well. Thank you very much, Shaz. That is an awesome box of goodies. And now we need to work out where to hang our new canvas. Like she said, it needs to go next to the play button when that comes. And obviously the play button's going to go above the toilet.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I want it in the bathroom so I see it every day.
I see it every day on there.
You got some new stuff there, Dave?
Yeah, it is obvious as well. What you got there? Can I have it?
You got your new rope? Well, I think that stuff's a hit. What's in that orange envelope, I hear you all cry? Well, I'm glad you asked. The contents of this orange envelope were provided by today's episode sponsor, Marple. Marple are a merchandise company that allow you to create personalised merchandise. In this case, a phone case. A couple of weeks ago, I went on to the Marple website and designed myself a phone case. Now, these are available for all sorts of phones. I've got this one for my iPhone. So I selected the iPhone that I have, went through all of the gazillions of patterns that they've got, selected one that I thought would look pretty cool on my iPhone, then imported my own design, our logo, of course, to put onto the phone case, and then just kind of played around with all of these really cool settings to create a phone case that was personal to me, a Chapman family phone case, of course with the hashtag different is not broken message. Now, although that video was obviously sped up, it was a very simple process, even for a buffoon like me. I think from start to finish, even with browsing through all of the different options that they had, you're looking at probably 10 minutes to design a really cool mobile phone case. And in here, we have the finished product, which comes in a very snazzy little pouch. The pouch says, "You're a very loving person and your life will be filled with romance." I mean, they've hit the nail absolutely on the head there. They know me so well already, and we've only just started working together. And inside the little pouch you can see the case that I designed in that little video. This you could use as a pencil case for exams, but there we have the phone case itself. It's for an iPhone 7 Plus, which is the iPhone that I have. And as you can see, it is very snazzy, very sturdy design, has the pattern that I chose, our custom logo, custom hashtag on the bottom, and obviously you can design any of your own designs and have a phone that looks as cool as my iPhone is now going to look, because it's awesome. If you want to check out the Marple website and design your own phone case, the link is down in the description. Obviously you'll be supporting the channel by clicking the link, and thanks once again to Marple for sponsoring this episode. I'm going to go and make my phone look awesome. Work completed for the day, dinner consumed. We're going to go and pick up Andy in a second. I've just had quite a long email from Andy's teacher going into more detail about what went on yesterday. I don't have time to really summarise it now. I'll do it a little bit later in the video. It seems very much related to the iPad that's been an issue for a week or so now, maybe 2 weeks. More will be explained soon, but we need to jump in the car, go and grab Andy, and then...
And a coffee.
And a coffee. We need coffee. We're going to go to McDonald's and get a coffee on the way. We have eaten dinner though, so we're not eating at McDonald's, but we need to grab a coffee. We got here in time. I have my coffee. Don't worry, we're not being completely frivolous lunatics. We collect the things on the side, but then when we get a full one we have to use it quick because I know we'll lose it. So we wait until we've got 2 full and then we just have a random coffee. Today is a random coffee, which is why I'm going to use the new card on this one and begin collecting again. But when you go to McDonald's, as often as Andy makes us go to McDonald's, and always get a coffee when you go there, probably about once a month or so, get a free one. And it's a lovely little treat. Fingers crossed he's had a better day at school today. She said in the, his teacher did say in the email he's had a much better day today. I will still go into it in more detail later, but fingers crossed we should have a happy, normal Andy when he comes out in just a moment. That coffee is too hot for me to even pretend I'm drinking it now.
Maybe.
We're going to McDonald's.
Hello, we're not going to McDonald's.
I'm loving it.
Are you? We're still not going. Have you had a better day today?
Yeah.
You been good? Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Excellent. Shall we go home?
Yep.
Seems like an excellent plan. Seems okay. Andy, do you want some presents?
Yeah.
Yay! First up,
And
we have a bus.
we'll open it.
You can open it, yeah?
Or help.
Do you want me to? I don't know. While Mummy's unpacking that one, because corgis are always properly screwed into the box.
A starfall.
Starfall, is that what you play at school?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. That's what he's doing on his iPad now, playing one of the games from school. There we have the bus. Snazzy looking London bus. There you go. Bus and new cube.
And open this.
Oh, you can get that out. If you put your iPad down and do it with 2 hands, there you go. What'd you say?
Thank you.
Excellent stuff.
Thumbs up then. Thank you. Good? What
Yeah.
colour is it?
Oh wait, rainbow.
It is rainbow. Hey. So as promised, the mystery of the iPad situation. Now we got a very long, I've even got a cup of coffee ready, proper YouTuber story time. It was a very long email we got from school. I'm not going to read it out, partly because it's too long to read out on the vlog, and partly because we agreed not to read stuff out directly from school anymore as a way of protecting their, I don't even know what the word would be, but we're not going to read it out. But the general gist of what's happened is, ever since Andy's been back at school for the last 18 months or so, he's always had access to an iPad whenever he needs it. Now that's not to say that he sits there all day every day playing on an iPad. That's not how it works. They often use it as part of his now and next board, as a reward for getting on with a certain piece of work. So he'll perhaps have to do 5 minutes of English and then he'll get 3 minutes on the iPad as a reward for doing that. That's just an example. I don't know if that's exactly how they do it, and I know over time they've built it up to have more work, less iPad time, but the key thing is the iPad is always there. However, Andy no longer has one-to-one support at school. I would consider that a good thing. He doesn't need one person sat over him all the time anymore. The TA who used to work with him is still in the room, but she now moves around the room working with other kids. So Andy will do his piece of work unsupervised, massive progress, but he'll also get his reward time on the iPad unsupervised. Not like he can just do whatever he wants, but he's not got someone looking over his shoulder the whole time. And there's been a couple of times fairly recently where, for whatever reason, he's got himself locked out of the iPad. Initially, it had a passcode on it, and he got himself locked out by getting it wrong a number of times. I guess he was trying to do something he shouldn't have been doing on there. He has pretty much free reign to his iPad at home, knows what to do in the settings, got himself locked out. So they took the passcode off, but then what he does is he sets up a new passcode and then gets that wrong and gets himself locked out. He's done that at home a few times over the years as well. He'll just, for whatever reason, put a password on his iPad. He doesn't have one on there as standard, but he'll put one on, get himself locked out. And there's not any way around it. You get locked out for a certain period of time and you're locked out. And what they did the first couple of times this happened is, if he got himself locked out of his iPad, the one that's set aside for him to use, they would give him access to the class iPad, which is there for the rest of the students to use when they need it for tasks. And it seems he prefers the class iPad. The class iPad has more apps on it, which is easily remedied, but it also has internet access, which is not as easily remedied because it's a conscious choice not to put internet access on the iPad Andy has access to, because as you've seen from when he's sat in the background of vlogs, if he has internet access on an iPad, he just wants to go on YouTube and watch his videos. It's what he likes doing. So we're in full agreement that the iPad that he has access to shouldn't have internet access on it. But of course, Andy being Andy and being a smart kid has figured out that all he had to do to be able to get onto the iPad that has internet access is to get himself locked out of his iPad. So they didn't come out straight out and say he was just doing it deliberately, but it got to the point where it was happening every day. Early in the day, he was getting himself locked out for the day, sometimes even longer. She said the IT technician is only in on Thursdays, and sometimes he'd get himself locked out on a Monday or a Tuesday, and there's nothing they could do about it until Thursday, and he would effectively then have the class iPad for 2 or 3 days of pretty much constant use as part of his now and next thing. And it got to the point where that was starting to affect and impact the learning of the other kids in the group, because the reason they have a class iPad is because they have class activities that they need an iPad for. And if Andy's monopolising the class iPad because he's deliberately got himself locked out of his own iPad, then obviously that's not on. So they made a decision last week that they weren't going to let him have access to the class iPad anymore, which is fine. But obviously he's continued to push his luck over the last few days and has still been deliberately getting himself locked out of his own iPad. So it's got to the situation where he's not had access to an iPad at all. As a response to that, they put in a new reward this week where he still doesn't get access to the class iPad. If he gets himself locked out of his iPad, he's locked out of his iPad. But if he does all the things he's supposed to do during the day, at 3 o'clock when all the kids leave, he then gets 5 minutes on the class PC, which he can then use to do what he wants. And from what I can tell, he's been going on there, putting on the QI theme tune and flossing, because that's what he likes to do. And he's been really enjoying that. So now, because he really enjoys doing that, he's still deliberately getting himself locked out of the iPad because he wants to get on the PC. And it seems what's happened yesterday is, because he was already just fed up with the day from everything that had gone on earlier in the day, he went in there. The iPad was already unavailable because he'd got himself locked out earlier in the week. Can't be unlocked until Thursday when the IT technician's back in again. So the iPad wasn't available to him. He asked to go on the PC, he wasn't able to do that. He asked for the class iPad, he wasn't able to do that. They said he could have the PC at the end of the day as normal, but obviously they're using it in lessons during the day. He can't just go on the class PC in the middle of a lesson and start blasting out TV theme tunes and dancing to them. And he basically got himself worked up to the point where he can't get any of his rewards. He can't do any of the things that he wants to do. And it just pushed him over the edge. Apparently today, he's had a much better day. His iPad is still out of action. It's Wednesday today. It won't be unlocked until tomorrow. He spent all day telling the teacher new iPad on Thursday. So I think he thinks, or they think he thinks, he's getting a new iPad on Thursday, when actually what's happening is the technician's just unlocking the one that he's had previously. They're going to mirror his iPad to the one that the class have access to. So all the apps that are on the class one are now going to be on Andy's. The only difference is his still won't have internet access. But ultimately, if he gets himself deliberately locked out from it again, he's still not going to get access to the class one, and he's still not going to get access to the PC. I'm not complaining about any of this. I'm fully in support of what the school are doing. He's trying to outsmart them, and he's been caught out, and he'll learn. He'll learn that he can't just deliberately break his thing to get access to this better thing. And I think he'd learnt that today. They said he had a much better day today. He still didn't have access to a device as micro rewards throughout the day, but he did get to spend some time on the PC and after school club, which he really enjoyed doing, and he was happy with that. And tomorrow he's expecting to get his iPad back, so fingers crossed he'll just go back to using it the way he always used to use it. I've said to him, if he gets himself locked out, just carry on doing what you're doing. He might have a couple of bad days as a result of it, but he needs to learn that he can't just break something on purpose to try and get his own way, and that's effectively what he's doing. The counterbalance to that, the worry that comes with that, is obviously if it leads to meltdowns too often. And I mean, we did have a little bit this morning and last night of him saying he didn't want to go to school at all. And both between us and the school, we have to work out where we draw the line in the sand to say, yes, he needs to learn that misbehaving isn't okay, but we can't punish him to an extent where he starts refusing to go again. It's kind of like a game of chicken to see who's going to blink first out of us and him, and I think we all know we'll blink before he does, but hopefully he doesn't know that, and he'll be fine tomorrow. That's what we're all hoping for. Cross everything. Gotta say, part of me is pretty proud that he figured that out and was smart enough to get his own way for however long he's been doing it for. He's a smart kid. He knows how to manipulate situations, but hopefully he's also smart enough to understand he isn't going to get away with it anymore. And I think yesterday, I hope yesterday he learnt that lesson. I guess we'll find out tomorrow when he gets the iPad back. But we are going to wrap today's vlog up there. If you have enjoyed it, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for us. Subscribe to the channel for more daily vlogs. And thank you very much for watching. In the end, he went on the boat, falling off the curb.